An android?
No. This is a machine.
Where's your penis? Welcome to the NieR Automata actual game review. Hello everyone and welcome to yet another video of a game that's not League of Legends, so it probably won't get as many views even though I put a lot of time into it. But you know what? Who really gives a shit anymore? This game's got tits. It's got ass. It's got more tits. It's got so much ass. It's got balls. So much balls. So many balls. You can't even count how many balls. I mean, look at those balls. Look at these balls. There's so many balls. I can't even fathom how many balls.
スクエア・エニックス代表取締役社長松田洋介です。
This game's fucking weird, man. So this is NieR Automata. It's Automata. It's not Automata because Automata sounds like Automatopoeia, and that doesn't make any sense at all. It's a game published by Square Enix, who's responsible for loving titles like Kuzak and Mini Ninjas, both very, very, very terrible games. But with the release of Final Fantasy 15 and other sequels upon sequels of their franchises upon franchises, Automata doesn't really break that stride because it's a sequel to their game NieR released in 2010, which was a sequel to another game called Drakengard. And just like their Final Fantasy franchise, you don't really have to play the first game in order to understand the storyline of Automata. And now I know what you're thinking. Weep shit. Weep shit. Weep shit. Weep shit. And more weep shit. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a Square Enix game. But you see that? You see what I did there? But like it's a butt. However, if you do end up not picking up this game for the sole purpose of it looking weeby, you're missing out on by far one of the best games this year. On the surface, it looks like a standard hack and slash, but then you grab the controller, start up the game, and you're in for the fucking ride of your life. The gameplay is great, and after your first playthrough, when you think everything is over, they hit you with this note that might as well just say, you ain't seen shit. Because after that, you're constantly tossed through a loop of different gameplays, new stories, and uncovering shit leading to a plot twist of a plot twist of a plot twist of a plot twist. The game never puts on the brakes and keeps going full fucking throttle. The story is amazing, the gameplay is fluid and never seems repetitive, you know, unlike my videos. And the soundtrack, Jesus fuck, the soundtrack is like if Undertale came inside your ear and told you not to assume its gender. Who's a cool piggy? There's a cool piggy. Come here and eat this fucking food, you piece of shit. Yeah. 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 Now let's go! Those of you who have played the first NieR already know that the series was made because of this game called Drakengard released in 2003, which had the same kind of storyline progression where you have to beat the game multiple times in order to get a different ending or a different perspective. Automata does the same thing in that regard, so if you're a fan of those games, you'll probably feel right at home with this one. Ooh, that's some kinky shit. That's some kinky. Oh, and there. Oh, that's some kinky shit. So Automata just thrusts you right into a shit bucket. No bars held right at the start of the game. You drop in as an aircraft and you think, okay, so this is a top-down aircraft shooter game. Fuck you. Your plane just transformed into a robot. Oh, you think this is a robot fighting game? Fuck you. Now it's an RPG hack and slash. Now it's a side scroller. Fuck you. Now you're at Disneyland. Fuck you. Now it's a top-down bullet hell. Now it's a third-person bullet hell. Now you're playing as a guy. Fuck you. Back to a top-down bullet hell. Now you're two giant mechs punching each other in the face. Fuck you. Now you're fishing. Now you're a robot. Now you're using a giant mech's own arm in order to kill it. Now you're on Google trying to find 2B cosplay. The game is so fast-paced, and from time to time you'll feel like some parts are just impossible. I mean, you look at this shit and it's like, okay, how the fuck? What the fuck? How? How the fuck do you even do that? Whoa, 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 what the fuck? You've never even used that move before. Why? Why are you like this? We gotta talk about the storyline first because I looked at a lot of other game reviews and they always talk about the storyline first, so that's what we're gonna do. It's about 2,000 years after the event of the first NieR and shit's all fucked up. Human life is almost extinct from the virus in Drakengard, and Project Gestalt from NieR to try and save human life was a complete failure. Plus, on top of that, aliens have come to Earth and started taking over with machine life forms. And you know what? If you ask me, if all this shit came to Earth to destroy all of humanity, at this point, we probably should have just let it happen. I mean, look at the trending tab on YouTube. Do you really think that we deserve to live at this point?
What's this?
Analysis. It is a device that propels humans on rails at high speeds for the purposes of amusement. It was commonly referred to as a roller coaster.
Humans sure are strange creatures.
Yep. So to try and stop the clusterfuck and preserve humankind, the humans create these battle droids for their final plan called Yorha, and they blast the remaining humans onto the moon in order to keep them safe while the Yorha units go and fight off the aliens and machines to reclaim the planet. It's a little confusing, but to break it down, humans go bye-bye. They make robot with boobs, now known as boob bots. Those boob bots fight bad guys. And if you ever get too confused, just look at all the fan service half-naked women and you'll probably forget everything that you're doing. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, that's something. So you play as this person named 2B, a female battle android made by Yorha in order to kick alien robot ass with your partner 9S, who's a unit that gathers intel through hacking, who you know was saying in his head,
"Let me smash, please."
But as you play, you begin to realize that the machines have begun to form sentience, some even creating their own cults, their own government and religion. God, dude. Jesus. And one free-thinking robot in particular is a robot named Pascal, who's pretty much just a hippie pacifist. He's such a useless pile of junk, and every now and then he'll be your partner in certain events, but does absolutely nothing during the entire time.
Trying to help annihilate the android, but it wound up going out of control.
Yeah? Yeah, oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear you over the, you know, thousands of fucking machines shooting at me. If I could kill this robot, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
If that will save your soul, then so be it.
It's worth it. It's so worth it. As the game goes on, you find out that the machines are trying to replicate human life, from the way that we talk all the way down to how we even fuck each other, especially when you just casually drop into a robot orgy. And through that orgy, the machines give birth to an android named Adam, and after killing him, another android is born inside of him named Eve. That's some fucked up shit. Both of them don't have a penis, by the way. And throughout the rest of the game, your purpose is to basically take these guys down. After the first playthrough, you realize that you haven't even scratched the surface of the game. And once you get to the third part, everything you just played is almost tossed out the goddamn window. It's like the first two playthroughs are a prologue to the third one where shit just goes insane. This isn't a 15-hour game and you get a different ending. This is 3 different games put into one. The first playthrough, you play as 2B to hack and slash your way to Adam and Eve and destroy the machine life forms. The second playthrough, you play as 9S through his perspective that starts to lay down the foundation of the third playthrough. Now, 9S's story is kind of the weaker of the 3, but I think of it as a kind of breather to get you ready for the shit show that's part 3. Plus, you begin to realize what the true intention of the Yorha project is, and also find out some major plot twists to the game. And once you get to part 3, get ready because an atomic bomb just hit your fucking game. So in order to help you guys out, here's a visual representation of what the game does to the storyline. So here's the storyline, and this is what happens. It fucks it. There's also a bunch of other endings you can get in the game with a grand total 26 different endings. There's 4 main endings you can get, and the other 22 are mostly just side joke type of endings, like uninstalling your Android's operating system, killing someone when you're not supposed to, and a bunch of other shit.
I need you to delete my memories, and if not, then I need you to kill me.
Not even a second thought. I just saved the fucking world. This should be the end of the game right here. This is the final boss. The gameplay in this game changes so rapidly. First, you're just looking at the landscape, you know, just running around, having fun, finding a moose, riding the moose, ramming into another moose. Next, you're fighting this mech that's 10 times taller than you, and your only weapon is a sword and the shitty pod that just tells you the most obvious shit.
Proposal. Destroy the Goliath.
Yeah? No shit, dude. Damn, man, I didn't know I was supposed to destroy that thing. You can upgrade your weapons, buy new ones, give your pod upgrades to do different attacks, have it charge up a huge fucking laser, use your weapons to combo with each other to have different fighting styles, and different weapons give you different combos, change your weapon sets on the fly by just hitting one button, switch your different pods with different abilities, and even fast use items while trying to take down a boss. Automata keeps the gameplay so refreshing. You might not like hack and slash games, but mix that in with a bullet hell at the same time while also going into an 8-bit bullet hell to then going back to a hack and slash. You never get tired of the combat system. You have to constantly adjust your fighting style depending on who you're fighting, while constantly firing your pod at an enemy while you beat the shit out of another one. And when you're playing 9S and you hack into other machines, you can then subjugate them so then they fight with you, or you can even take control of them. fuck, you're slow.
Thanks for the assist.
Oh, you mean the hacking? No worries. Us scanners are pretty good at that kind of thing.
Son of a bitch. Why is hacking so fuck? I hate this shit.
I've got your back anytime.
The only gripe I have with the game is the controller scheme, because it can be so AIDS to get used to, especially when you have to aim the pod while running and attacking, and it doesn't help when they fuck with your screen to turn it all fucking green so you can't see shit. What did you say, nigga? One thing I will say is that 9S's playthrough can get a little bit repetitive. Oh boy, I sure do love hacking. This is such a great time for me to just hack every single fucking character in this game. But even then, the game still finds new, fresh ways to spice up the game. And what's cool is that it all feels natural. It's not just a press B now type of game or a lockpicking mechanic in Fallout. Every time you switch from a side scroller to a top down or going into hacking mode, it actually feels like it fits into the game and doesn't make your gameplay feel off balance or pull you out of the immersion. One thing I really enjoyed is how small the map is. A lot of games nowadays love to make vast and huge maps that you can run around in, you know, so you can spend your time doing shit like this. Automata takes that idea and reverses it to give you a map that's still pretty large, but instead of making a whole lot of shit that everyone's gonna forget about, it puts you in an environment that you'll never forget. With soundtracks that just soothe your ears as you listen, it's such a nice breath of fresh air. It looks like we're really nearing the end of this video, aren't we? Oh, help. Help. The gameplay is amazing, the soundtrack is beautiful, and the storyline is just so good. It's so hard not to spoil it because I just want to talk about it with everybody. So at the end of the day, I give the game a 1 out of 1, a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10. The game is fun, it's entertaining, the story's immersive, and even if you don't like the game, at least you can thank it for all the new people cosplaying as 2B. Squeesh.